Hello, greetings. This is me again, Zahra Jawad, and Zahra Jawad, Truth Seeker on YouTube, Zahra Leila Jawad on Facebook. Okay, now I've done my work last night before the night is over. So I was slow in the verses. The last verse I came across, discovering here while doing, while on the video, I discovered verse 27 of Surah Azab. So Muhammad, his Allah helped him to take revenge, right? So I was the last part, I guess. I was there, and so I'll start from here, where I finished the last video from. I don't know, I can't remember. So last night I had some insights, and they've certainly flew over my cuckoo's nest. But this verse was enough, taking revenge, and so I would ask you if you could just, for a little while, take away, just neutrally look at the Quran ayahs, without your prejudices, without your beliefs, and that Muhammad will and his Allah will not like, right? So you have to do it quietly, and don't, if you're a Muslim and if you are sincere, not holding on to religion just because it gives you that security, emotional, psychological security. So please, if you are truth seekers, and this could be really injurious to your health, and if you are elderly Muslims, I would like you to stay away from this, because your heart won't be able to take it. When you take off your glasses, indoctrination in this religion, prejudices, fears that it would have. It's okay. Let me be on the safe side, although I'm not sure completely 100% that this is a true prophet, and I don't understand the Quran, not completely. So let me be on the safe side, because it's very, very Darauni. It's like nothing that I've ever read in the punishments and molten brass and garments made of fire. So, okay, if I talk about these punishments, I think all of you Muslims, even the Shias, would leave, because I was scared too, thinking that, oh my God, we're going to go to hell forever. And we never know what we listen to music. We're just moderate Shias. Okay, we didn't like backbiting and rumors spreading and false accusations. We were after justice, something, like not hurting someone's feelings deliberately and all this. But in some areas I failed. So I was really, really scared what's going to happen to me when I wasn't doing hijab. In the graveyard, in the grave, we're told the snakes will come, and the azabs of the graves, the punishments of the grave. And Munkar and the angels will come and ask, like, what are your, like, we will be in the grave, and they'll come later on to ask, like, who is your imam, and about your religion, your what's the first, your belief, foundation, or whatever you call it, right? Number one, do you believe in Allah alone, and this and that, in the graves. So I was so scared of the grave punishments, the punishments in the grave, and they are grave punishments, very, very over. If you read now, just leaving for a little while, that Muhammad, whether he was a true prophet or whether he wasn't a true prophet, like very neutral, and maybe get some very neutrally level-headed. Sorry, I found this verse in the end of my video while doing my video in Surah Azab. So I was like, what is this? I was very emotional, and so forgive me. Please, yeah. So then I get emotional. So please understand. I mean, sorry, not forgive, but understand, because we've gotten used to this word in our religion, forgiveness, forgiveness. When there really isn't anything to forgive, when at times there's nothing to forgive, but the person you have to understand. We need to understand each other, give understanding hearts. Like I read sometime many years ago in Robert Schull's book about King Solomon, I think. He asked for an understanding heart. So we need to understand, right? And all this. So, not forgiveness. Because I really don't mean to hurt people. I mean to save them. I really care. So as much as how much I care for you and how much I care for you to see the truth I've come across, I hope you can make out. You decide. About me too. So I'm allowing you to decide. Because I risked it here. Also being in Middle East. And, and with this, I'm so passionate. That doesn't mean I bring my passion in. It comes in. It will come in. I allow that. But when I was looking at these ayats, I wanted to be neutral as much as possible. So that was a struggle. And then sometimes it just happens. I get these insights that I could not share last night. I said, let it be just, so much. I could see, I got this insight that so much excuses, out of fear or something, our emotional security, psychological security, that could, what did Jiddu Krishnamurti say? That bring in the mind a crisis that would shatter you. So he used this word, I can't remember right now. I always have this bad memory, memory problem. So, and now even getting senile or something. No. What did I want to say? Yeah, losing it, going blank at times. So I want to communicate the insights in conclusion to last night's, but I may not be able to. So start with the ayat in Surah Azab. I don't know if maybe that Hindu god came in, because I think Aisha or someone in the Sunni hadiths, it said that this ayat, Muhammad was very reluctant or scared. He didn't actually. This is the only surah that Muhammad wasn't much this thing about. What do you call it? Please add the word. Thank you. So, and you can read the hadith. Sorry, I cannot show it right now to you. For me, it's been very clear that this was a false prophet. And it had to be through, who was Fatima Zahra? For me, Imam Hussain. So emotionally, although at times I was, I couldn't find in my heart to love Imam Hussain, and that I was worried about also. That, oh my God, the love is gone. one Ashura day, or like that, I would come and tell my father that I feel I don't love Imam Hussain anymore. And what's happened to me? And he'd say, no. Of course you do love Imam Hussain. So even that I would question, like, did I truly love Imam Hussain? Can I say I loved Imam Hussain, or I love Imam Hussain? Or shall I then say that I admired him? Because if I can't be him, if you love someone, so all these contemplations, going deep, I mean right now here, I would not like to explain that to you. So you see how, if you can see, I don't know, I've seen. So I didn't want to be rude with the Musalma Momina lady who has written that article explaining all this. So some Imam Ali says contradictory ayats, which may seem contradictory. When you put them together, they make sense. So now what I'm going to do, I didn't want to target the article of that Musalma lady, Momina, but how do I see it? Surah Baqarah ayat 136, make no distinction between prophets. I've just jotted down the point form, and the most important thing is that we should not make a difference. You can keep reading. Maybe I went through the Quran difference, distinction, this, that, going slowly. And then we have other ayats that build up to this prophet is the superior most. No doubt about that, what Akapuyal has written in his commentary. And this prophet, if you help him, you're actually glorifying Allah, means worshipping Allah, night and morning and night. So, and why does in that verse morning comes first? Because in this Islam, we take the moon thing, right? So the night comes first. So God should put night and morning. Surah Fat ayat 9. Anyhow, so please contemplate on that, and if you have your own insights, then look at them. Sometimes, we're so, we forget some very tragic thing happens, God forbid, if you've ever had that experience where you forget about the accident or something, for example, and then when you go towards that area where you've had the accident, you get this feeling like, something is wrong, but your mind, you've forgotten because it was so tragic. This happens to some people. So maybe that's why also I'm going blank. This is like a self-defense mechanism or something. Like you don't want to remember anymore because it would be repeated in your mind. That could also drive you crazy. You don't want to see the truth right in front of you sometimes. Sometimes the truth we're blind to, and sometimes we don't, so we don't want to see it. We're just blind to for some other reason. Sometimes things are covered from us, like Allah. So, and this is very dangerous. I couldn't put it in proper words. When I was reading Al-Kafi, I thought, first of all, our Imams have not explained all the verses properly. And it has to be lopsided, because now I know from the family of the Prophet, like for example, I'm just giving in point form. I don't want to convince you or influence, but sometimes I'll give details. But for me, it's enough the insight has come. Like Osman bin Affan. You see, from the Sunni hadiths, we can make out, they say, that Osman bin Affan, if you take the hadiths regarding his behavior and how he was in the Prophet's lifetime and thereafter, that he later on favored his family members and near of kin and kith, family and friends, right? His own friends, not the Ahlul Bayt of Prophet Muhammad, meaning not his progeny. Progeny would like an excluding the wives. So in Prophet Muhammad's progeny. So when you look at that, what happens is, then you take Uthman bin Affan. How come we say, like we say what has come from in the hadiths, what is written. We can decide, we can make a judgment after having observed scientifically, observing something, reading it, and then you have to. So Imam Ali, you would say, said the right thing in Najl Balagha, that either be my enemy or my friend. Don't stay in a neutral gear because you won't be able to go anywhere. So what's the use of all this, right? I'm just explaining Imam Ali away very quickly. So you may say, yes, Imam Ali had that wisdom to say this. So we observe. But is there a place where, I was thinking, where there's, you observe and you don't decide? Here we have to decide in this. We are forced because to know what is right, and because it just came on us. It was thrown at us. Revolutionary, in a revolutionary way, and fearful. The other points I may be missing, like terror cast in us. In our hearts, like this surah says, right? They cast terror. Allah cast terror. Before this, I think, 27 of Surah Azab. Allah cast terror in the hearts and this and that. So how we kind of, this reminds me of that Makkans, what they did, we are told. So they confiscated, so Allah took justice, and Allah promised, and Allah's promise is true, that you will go back to your land. And so they took revenge, justice. And as a Muslim, you would say justice happened. Allah's promise came true. Right? So my words may not be convincing, but I've brought out all the points. I mean, no. Some of the points, not even all the points. I haven't even done justice. So I was wondering if there's something like also like that we can go to a place where there's peace without these conflicts, because man is in conflict. Man, why he comes into this conflict, I read Jiddu Krishnamurti and David Bohm. The Ending of Time, a dialogue between them, recorded in a book. So you can read that. So we want to go beyond the right and wrong. That's the only way, I guess, we can live a life that is beyond right and wrong, any conflict. So we end the conflict in man, which Jiddu Krishnamurti shows to David Bohm, and they discover both that it comes from where this mind is the culprit. Now I've come across another verse here, verse 32 of Surah Azab. O wives of the Prophet, you are not like any other women. If you are mindful of Allah, then do not be overly effeminate in speech with men, or those with sickness in their hearts may be tempted, but speak in a moderate tone. So you know that that hadith that I'm bringing in now, it's come from, wherever it has come from, the Sunni sources again, Umayyah, that he was actually, why this cousin? I'm still wondering, like, I can't figure this puzzle out. Sunnis, I'm not saying Sunnis say this. Sunnis now, when they find out, some of them say, no, we cannot take this hadith. So he went to Zaid's house, Zaid and Zainab's house. And he said, oh, glory be to Allah, or something, her heart's turning. So he himself, if you look at it, like just neutrally, just take this hadith as a true for a while, just for the sake of examining things. Was he sick in his heart? Because you see, it is mentioned here now, like go into your houses, the previous, where is it? And whoever of you devoutly obeys Allah and His Messenger and does righteousness. So in my last video, another point I have to add here before carrying on. That to obey Him, sorry, I said to disobey Him, in your middle life may be also wrecked, miserable, like Zainab bin Jash's was in the previous video. No, to obey Him and Allah also, your lives can be miserable. Because Zaid was miserable, Zainab bin Jash was miserable with Zaid in this marriage. And they obeyed him. So any hadith you take, they obeyed him from the Sunni side or from the Shia side. The verse is to obey him. Verse 36 of Surah Ahzab. So to obey him, what would you say about that? What would the Muslims, Shias say about that? That Zainab bin Jash was miserable and could not accept that as her husband. Couldn't even save the marriage. He also, we are told in the Sunni Shia hadiths, I read, Rasulullah tried his best to save this marriage. So I haven't even touched, like last night I said in my video uploaded, that I haven't even touched that point. The points I gave before in the video and uploaded, old videos uploaded on YouTube. How many days, months, I don't know. Maybe a few months ago. So this night was the night that I had to come to a verse that would completely make me averse to this person and his Allah. So finally you can say that he took revenge and all this. Perhaps I will be coming to that, even if I don't remember. Something may remind me, maybe not in this video but another video about this ayat, right? Surah Ahzab verse 27. Muhammad took revenge. Muhammad's Allah. And they ruled over, they conquered. But is this the true Allah? Ask yourselves. So many punishments, gruesome. Like, burning. Is this a mentally, now I start to think like he had some psychological problems in his childhood. That's why the childhood thing, like, Abdullah, like what kind of people were they? And then he says the pagan Arabs are like that. Whatever he was, he's putting it. Now I can see the psychology, if psychologists may look at this. If I had a psychologist friend, this seems like a extremely disturbed man's, coming from a disturbed man's mind, and himself diseased. Sickness in, first there's the sickness in the hearts, sickness in his, sickness in the mind, no, that's also sickness in the hearts. Surah Ahzab verse 60. So I'm on Surah Ahzab verse 32 here to show you. But you see, I have to bring the hadith now and overall look at it. So now, not only just purely the Quran ayats, but the hadiths. So, and this one, in like the hadith, they're saying, even Sunni Shias have, Sunni Muslims, sorry I make this mistake all the time, hearts turning hadith, hearts turning hadith on Prophet Muhammad, Zainab bin Jahsh. So, hadith on hearts turn, oh no, maybe Zainab bin Jahsh, just searching. Hello, sorry I cannot find it, so I'll have to rely on what David Wood, Dr. David Wood and his style on YouTube, if you can have a look at that. Because you see, from taking it from Sunni hadiths and asking Sunni religious scholars, I've seen that most of them want to hide, right, and make excuses. And you can't question them. So they've given Shia religious scholars a hard time. So who am I? And how will I get a proper, so we have to just do it Dr. David Wood's style. And hearts turning, like glory be to God. So that hadith I have to consider, like where did it come from? I can do Wikipedia search and go into it. Anyways, but here it's interesting to note that this man, and since that hadith has come, so I want to see if anything, like just consider anything recorded and then see, because there are many a times when he's so against the disbelievers and hypocrites, but in a very clever manner, like in the beginning, be courteous, this and that. But finally, you don't leave them. You have to smite at their necks. If they don't leave, we are told that they don't leave you. But have you left them? No, you didn't leave them. And finally, you took everything away from them. So like that, we come to this part. When we look at Muhammad like that, from the Quran ayats, we come to this part where it says, oh my God, O wives of the Prophet, you are not like any other women. But when you were working for Hazrat Khadija, according to the Sunni hadiths, Hazrat Khadija was a very rich lady, princess of Quraysh. There was any disease in your heart? I don't know what this is. So I'll leave it for a later time. But something about him doesn't make sense here, and is Allah, not the pagan Arab Allah. You are not like any other women. If you are mindful of Allah, then do not be overly effeminate in speech with men, or those with sickness in their hearts. Now men also have sickness in their hearts. Women, these are the wives of the Prophet. He can't even trust. You know what Ummul Mumineen, the title God has given them also. This point, please take into goodness. So there's a thing of, now they have to remain in the houses and also not speak like, hello, brother, how are you? No, don't. Hello? Hello? Yes? Hey. And if you are a very beautiful Arab lady, Muslim, if the grocery comes or something, and if you find any detect, hello, send me, like that, because there's men have a disease, no cordial, no politeness, no polite tone. And nothing from like lachak. No, that is too far away. We have to be straight, completely like soldiers walking left, right, left, right. Attention! Sorry, excuse me. I just go a little funny here. Whose heart was it? You see, you read that ayat, you read this ayat, no distinction between prophets, and you then give us, of course, the ayats are there which say this prophet is the superior most prophet. Of course, those ayats are there. But what I'm trying to tell you, what I was trying to tell myself and you, is that no distinction between prophets on one side. But we don't want to see it. We take listen, he's the best, he's the seal of the prophets, his light was before even any other prophet, for him and his family. So we're seeing, right? Because I had to ask myself a very hard question. Now, does Muhammad, where it started, I don't know what reason, but there was a good reason I had to ask myself this question. You see, I had a very good reason, a very hard question. Did Muhammad want to favor his family? And look at Karbala and Imam Hussein's sacrifice. Observing. And what devastation, devastating truth revealed to me that I don't want to see it. I want to turn away. See, now, after some time, like last night I didn't come after 12. I could have the morning. It's not obligatory. The night is still there, although both Muslims and Westerners call it morning now, AM. So, still dark for me, apparently, right? 1 AM. You see, I had to ask myself this hard question. Very, very hard. And so what are we doing? I also escape. Can you look at this and not make explaining it away, giving reasons? Like, for example, Dr. David Wood has this 7 Spiritual Laws of Success book. Now, in one of the points, in one of which I allotted it for Wednesday, or no, in that way, that security, uncertainty. Stay with this uncertainty, this which we call doubt. We don't know. Like, don't go to a tarot card, this, that. What will happen to how will I tomorrow? What will happen tomorrow? Who's my enemy? Reveal it to me, please. Fortune teller. Don't go to any fortune tellers or anything. What do? We want to be certain. Find out who wants to be certain. Now, these contemplations have come. Now take time for this, because after the ayats that have come to me, what I do is going into these contemplations, reflections. Even the Quran ayat says reflect alone or in groups, but alone. Sometimes it says reflect alone. So, somewhere those ayats have come from, I don't know where. I cannot say I trust in the Quran anymore, neither can I trust in the religious scholars, how they've lied. And the Sunni religious scholars have even lied to their own people. Like, don't go there, it is a dark history. What do they call it? Fitna, the great fitna, something. Oh, goodness. The battle of Jamal, Imam Ali for the Shias and the 4th Caliph of the Sunnis, and Aisha instigated it. Aisha al-Mu'minin, and so many. So they say, I looked at their side. Anyways, I don't have to explain that. But maybe talking about it, like some point will come out that something, in talks, This is something. So I have to talk. I have to do these discussions, self-talk, self-help, self-contemplation, because it's been thrown at my face. So these doubts that coming, can you be with the uncertainty? You see many people, so please take, if you need some extra help, please read Dr. Deepak Chopra's book, 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. You might, have you ever been in a maybe uncertain situation, challenge in life, and you've prayed, you've taken istikhara, you've taken lots out. Every avenue you have gone to, what do you call it, experienced, where you have, what do you call that word, that great word, it doesn't come to me. Every avenue you have explored to find out, like, what decision, come on, I need to make a decision about my life, or I need to be certain which job to take, which job to choose here. So you pray to God, you took istikhara out, you took lots out. Ali आएगा तो हाँ है, tasbih. Umar आएगा तो नहीं है. If Ali will come, it is yes. Shias will tell you this. Habibi will told the Fikri family this. If Ali will come, yes. If Umar bin Khattab comes, no. If Ali ibn Abu Talib comes, yes. Take a lots out. So, you see, can you be uncertain? Just remain. When you can be that, then you will be able to take my videos, audios, and the ex-Muslim side, who are sincerely trying to help with the greatest hard work to get you out of this scary. Why should you be scared? Now I can see, and I want to get you and myself, like I was so scared. Can you see this prophet? No, you can't. Because again, you're escaping. How many times will I make videos to show myself and you? How many times? To leave this religion. Because a great person, a truth scaring you like that. And also monopoly. Can you see the unseen God? We're not saying woe be to you, Zahra. I'm not, my mother and father be ransomed, my life be ransomed, my property be there ready for Imam Mahdi. And we were going to prepare ourselves because Imam Mahdi can call any time, come appear any time. We don't know when the hour will come. So I'm here, oh my God, smoking, my addiction, tea, my time, don't move me now. Don't open the curtains, don't do this. So you see, how will I be ready for Imam Mahdi? Sorry. This also slip of tongue. Not alert. Where am I going, into what reverie? Unknown place. I just want rest. When the mind is so tired, you don't even know where you have, forgetting everything. Empty. Where did I go? I don't know. So, an unexplored place, unknown. Was this a place I went to? Unconscious. So much. So, scaring people, I can't take it. Fear, I cannot even say it properly, express, communicate. Oh, now why does God say? Okay, jumping from one point to another. Surah, again open my tab, so here I am. If you don't like contemplations, if you want to see hard truth here, very good. Have the courage. Why now? Why now there's a... Okay, if this was the all-knowing God, unchangeable laws, His ways also, we are told, are unchangeable. How come it changes now? From Hazrat Khadija al-Kubra, or Khadija bin Khuwailid, where everyone was free. I mean, open, not free, maybe not, I don't know, but free to choose. And there was no hijab. Maybe they wore something on their heads to protect. Ladies would pick up things on their head, water and things, okay? So for that, they would perhaps have to sometimes wear this cover on their heads. Now we are told, now it is happening. Why? Ask yourselves. Again, I'm telling you that the ayats I've seen, maybe I'm building you up now to that and myself. Punishments, you see now. See, we were told the Makkans confiscated the new Muslims who were with Muhammad now, their land, their homes, their belongings and all. And then Prophet Muhammad went to Medina, saved his own life, of course, so that this message could be. But the Muslims that sacrificed, the new Muslims of that time, the Meccan idol worshippers, pagan, took their property. When they went to Medina, all of them, then they came back and they saw their homes were wrecked and all this. So how we say that, they deserved it. The Confederates deserved, the Makkans deserved, idol worshippers, that Allah took their land, their wealth, their houses. And then ask yourselves, and even the land that you are not trodden, you have not yet set foot on, that belonged to them, you conquered because Allah wanted you to conquer them. Then we have curses forever in the fire burning. Don't ever do this to someone, right? And you will be burning in hell forever. So Allah took His revenge in this world and in the hereafter, we are told. And we agree to that as Shias. That yes, God doesn't like an atom's worth of injustice done to His creation, created beings, human beings, animals, right? Not an atom's worth of injustice. So contemplate on that, not an atom's worth of injustice. And that God has also warned us from Hazrat Adam's time, Hazrat Musa, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. And so even then, oh man, what is wrong with you? You are ignorant. We are told in the Quran, you're made of haste. And then with all those punishments, now you will say that these Westerners and all, they are not looking at it in this way, right? They just need to be forgiven and they're cowards. They're just worldly people. If you're worldly, you can't take all this nonsense. You'll say, what is this? Some of the Westerners, like we say, life has given them everything, like Jesus Christ, that Satan came. I said, I can make you the ruler of the world. Everything, the universe, the whole universe. So some of them are, Jesus Christ rejected him, but even some Christians would like to have balls and great dinings and, great wine and all this. So, very fussy about these things. Oh, this wine is like so many years old, vintage. Ode to the Nightingale, Keats, drinking wine and going into this reverie. So they would love it, right? I've thought of all these things that I can at least communicate a little bit of it. So you'd say, दुनिया दे दिया इनको खुदा ने, अल्लाह ताला ने, बस इधर enjoy करें और फिर इनको पता चलेगा. Then they will find out. Afterlife, they can't, they're so ignorant. They're just enjoying this life, dancing, this and that, you see? Giving us music, songs. So, and they will burn and burn and burn and burn. Or what? Or what? I don't know. According to this Quran, yes. And even the Christians who have done some good work, like Mother Teresa and all, according to the Quran ayat, according to Shias, they are also gone. They have no fear. There's a verse there. We don't know, like what a Sayyid told me. It direct. I said, do you think the Christians will go also to hell? Like their good deeds will not be counted? He said, yes. Like Mother Teresa too. Yes, because they did not believe in Imam Ali, Rasulullah and Imam Ali. So whatever good they do, it's for this life only. So, and it doesn't count. It doesn't count. So, yes, because the Christians are told, the Christians tell the Jews, Jesus Christ failed to tell the Jews because the Jews remained the Jews. They could not believe in the Messiah. Then they blame the Muslims because now the greatest punishment, now God has said enough is enough. Not an atom's worth of injustice will you. I've given you so many warnings, so much respite. So the Christians, because Christians will not embrace some of them, this religion, Islam. They can't see it like that. They want leniency and, let us have a ball of a time, enjoy, go for vacations, go to the beaches, sightseeing, vacation, work hard. Yes, and they work also with due respect to these foreigners. They work very, very hard and all this I've seen. So, because you see, they don't have time for marrying four wives and giving time to their family members and all this. They send their old mother old age to old age house, and they have to work. So, capital system reigns. And they're very organized, like their old age houses are very good. The nuns take care, convents are there, and all. Schools are very good. So there's some good things to them, but whatever it is, all gone, according to Islam. All good deeds here. And so, sorry I have to say this about the Christians and all Jews. According to Islam, I'm speaking. So, maybe God will count a good deed. We are told, no, wait a minute. Because here, can I decide? Can I see that in Surah Shura, verse 23, good deed is Ajre Risalat, the reward for the message of the Messenger of Allah, from the Messenger of Allah. Okay, I cannot say this, so please just with your articulated, with your language, good articulation, कैसे हम बोलेंगे? उर्दू में भी नहीं बोल सकते. Surah Shura, verse 23. So is it that Rasulullah wanted these family members, or did Allah want it? Can we? Because this is it. This is the good deed. आओ एक काम करें Karbala, and this is the work. This is our work. People might say, "What are you doing?" I'll say, "What am I doing? हमने एक काम किया. I have worked. Karbala याद करें. Nadeem Sarwar, Snoha." What did Allama Rashid Rabi say in Urdu? Risk, or one of his Yaqeen, or इब्राहिम तुम्हारा खुदा कहाँ नहीं है, तुम कहाँ हरकत कर रहे हो, कहाँ जा रहे हो? अरे ये जो हरकत है, बैठे करो, बैठे, किधर नहीं जाना है, इधर कर सकते हो. लेकिन इब्राहिम ने बोला कि मैं हरकत कर रहा हूँ, मैं जा रहा हूँ. That's on a ayat I found. Now I can't remember where. Ibrahim did harkat, the other prophet, Lut or someone was just put there. He didn't say that I'm going in the service of my Lord or something, somewhere. Where was he going? Maybe he was going to this temple to break the gods, smash them. And then whatever happens, Allah pe rakha hai humne. But I have to smash the idols. So this was his jihad. This was his holy war, to communicate to those idol worshippers of his time. Oh, Father, what are you doing? This is ridiculous. Like in Ibrahim, relics, the sacrifice, your ram, what have you done with it that God sent down? Did it disappear? Or will the people keep it for years, your believers, your followers? You are the father, Jews take you as the father. Children of God. But, okay, so I was thinking of that too in the Bible, in the Old Testament. So now Abraham, if you believe in Abraham, this ram that took the place of his son, Isaac or Ishmael. Isaac according to the Bible, Ishmael according to this Quran. Okay, now, or maybe Isaac, I don't know. No, Imam Hussain gave his life. We ransomed him with a great sacrifice. So now we come to, worthy is the Lamb. Michael W. Smith. Worthy is the Lamb. So we say the Lamb is not Jesus Christ. Lamb is Imam Hussain. I'm the son of the two sacrificing. I read it somewhere. Prophet Muhammad says, worthy is the Lamb. Oh, so I'm using Michael W. Smith's for Jesus, and here, this for Imam Hussain. Ask yourselves, like, how to now. I've lost the point blank. Why? I don't want to see it, perhaps. This is, my mind has given me something. I can't even trust my mind. Because you see, I heard, and in one of the, I heard this before also, and CS, a psychiatrist had come. And then he came in St. Joseph's College, but I was there. Again, he was repeating this, that a student, once what happened, I may not be able to say this properly. He was giving an example that because she was scared, she used to have fever before the exam, that exam, and not be able to go there for the exam. So the inside mind, what it does, we don't know. We haven't discovered a lot of it. Some scientists say we've only discovered like 1% of the mind. We don't know this mind. Then I was like, how can we know the Quran? And the Quran even says the soul's information we have given you but little. So the soul, even our soul's information, we have been given but little. Some hanky-panky now, a disclaimer. No, wait a minute. But slowly, step by step, let's see if I can stick to one point here. The soul's information we have been given but little. Do you know yourself? How can you follow someone? You see, this would be like blind following. It will go into that category, but the Shias don't want to see. Sunnis also don't want to see, but the Shias also, you love Imam Hussain, you will do what Imam Hussain did. Completely, be Imam Hussain, love Imam Hussain, live. What is the saying we had? Live like Ali, die like Hussain. Until you don't live like Ali, how can you die like Hussain? So please live like Ali, but we don't. So we want to save those that are unable to live like Ali and die like Hussain. Why? Because I don't know, but the religious scholars live and go. They're very, very lucky. I thought they're the most luckiest people. Safe from this fire. They haven't even molten liquid brass into your ears. This. If you Imam Ali Raza, who has explained this verse? Imam Jafar Sadeh, the law, this vain talk verse in the Quran about vain talk, music too, and music makes you shake your body and dance, and that it. So dance is haram. So must not listen to music, and also music, a song. Sometimes music takes you into this reverie, this imagination. And you are intoxicated, and this is also not good. You have to be alert here and connected with God, but also connected. I'm not saying that my religion says, but not to go into your fantasies and daydreaming. Anything which takes you into delusions is haram. I mean, then I think so. Is there a fatwa on that? A decision made by all unanimously, the Shia religious scholars? Because my great-grandfather, I heard, used to say, if you listen to music, try not to go into a daydream state, because then that is haram. And dancing and all this, apart from all the physical effects it has, it also has an effect on the mind. So try not to imagine, you watch, you listen to this English song, or Indian song, and then you're thinking of your loved boyfriend, someone you love, not boyfriend, and gone in the valleys, and dancing together like you see the Indian movie song, and all this. You're envisioning that you're this and that you are with your loved one, the one you love, you have a crush on, maybe in teenage, and no, that's your true love, perhaps. I mean, your childhood true love, and you're going into that's haram, because all delusions are haram. That lead to delusions, anything. So law, the verse on vain talk, Imam Ali Raza. So what was it last night? I didn't want to come and terrify the hearts of the Shias. That verse, because you see, Imam Raza, sorry, Mamun Abbasi called him. Sorry, my stomach running. And that's like from Persia. So Iran now, right? Now he's in Mashhad, his shrine, Imam Raza's. So, oh yes, meltdown. And I think I've stopped having my suparis, so I have a little bit of withdrawal symptoms, right? And anger comes, and sometimes, yeah. Where is it? 20, just get to you. This 27, sorry. Among the believers are men who have proven true to what they pledged to Allah. Some of them have fulfilled their pledge. So sorry, I'll be talking about Imam Raza. Why did Mamun Rashid call Imam Raza to Iran? Huh? And he brought down those from the people of the book who supported the enemy alliance from their own strongholds and cast horror into their hearts. You, believers, killed some and took others captive. So again from this verse that I left off last night, my video, verse 27. He has also caused you to take over their lands. Could it be the Persian Empire? Homes and wealth, as well as lands you have not yet set foot on. Persian Empire. And Allah is the most capable of everything. You know, Imam Raza and Mashhad Shrine. Why did Mamun Abbasi call him? Gave him such a hard time. And in grapes, we are told he was poisoned in the darbar, in the court. While Mamun Abbasi called him. And then in the food, like he's a guest now, he's in his darbar, palace of Mamun Abbasi. He was given poison. Opening a tap now. Imam Raza. You can see, I mean, our majlises say, Masahibs, that he was in grape, Mamun Abbasi gave him. Mamun Abbasi ki inayat hai ye logo, Sayyadon se zara what जो ये मजलूम बेवतन ये मेरा मौला रज़ा है आँखें करो. But okay, no, not that part of the Noah. I just want to say mazloom bewatan ye mera. So we feel oppressed, and this is the Imam who cared. You will recognize them like you recognize your own sons. These are the Imam Surah. In which ayat, which surah, what number of the Quran? Ayat number in the Quran. You will recognize them as you recognize their own sons, as well as lands you have not yet set foot on. I guess a Shia can come, but please, you want to see, you can come and kill me. But ask yourself, is this not all emotional? First, have you ever been on the other side? Seen like a neutral person? Because we have some history that is about Bani Qurayza and come from one person, Ibn Ishaq. Didn't we say that minorities, as Shias, like ask yourself, you have been so much oppressed in Pakistan. So even if it is from one person is enough. Imam Hussain was enough for them, we say, right? One believer is enough. One believer is equal to 10 disbelievers or 100. Just look at that other side that I'm trying to show you. I've seen it. I just don't have words like Rasulullah for you. Was he a true prophet? How am I going about? I keep my emotions, I process it at home. Okay, sometimes it comes out social media. Maybe a lot of times it comes out, but do I want to harm people? Or what are we told Imam Ali was doing in the battle? When his own ego, when someone even spat at him, what did he do? He turned away. He didn't strike. Because his personal feelings came in. Now we are told, right? So Allah, and this fight was for religion, to maintain the truth, to defend the truth and justice, so that people, these kuffars were resisting and giving a hard time, and even a battle. So your ego, anything, you check yourself. See, I used to do this, then now I cannot have an argument, a discussion about this religion, because I told my friend also, ex-friend, over the phone, I said disclaimer, something like, I didn't use the word disclaimer, but I said, my emotions are involved. So sorry, I cannot listen to Aisha and sorry, I have my sentiments for Fatima Zahra. I told her very frankly, I have my emotions, and but these are my emotions. Are they on the truth? I have my sentiments. So even Peshawar nights, what are we told? Like when the Sunni and Shia had this, religious scholars had a dialogue recorded in a book now, Peshawar Nights it's called. In the beginning, you can't, when you're discussing these religious things, you can't bring your emotions. If you do, then you say, I'm not eligible. Emotionally, I'm not eligible. Knowledgeably, I'm not eligible at all. Half knowledge is very dangerous knowledge, they say. Half knowledge is dangerous knowledge. Which the Sunnis also, they don't go to their books and we say, they talk about this like this is the grandfathers. No, forget grandfather, forefathers. But they don't have full knowledge about it. They've listened to their parents or someone here and there. You see, this is what I objected to my friend also, ex-Muslim. She was very educated, coming from Canada. She felt that she had that knowledge where she could, even the Canadians don't know that they are from North America, that Canada is part of North America. So you see, half knowledge, and then so much, like she knew that this is, we were told in Karachi American School, so I remembered when she told me this, now I'm confused. Now I forget everything. So when you correct me about she corrected me, she even made me learn how to read, pronounce words, how to do it. Like this one, in FMA. I learned from her. I'm much grateful to her for this. But I mean, this knowledge thing, the religious thing, everyone we know. No, we were told that we can't be equal to what Allama Rashid Turabi. That's like, I mean, even my father I cannot be equal to, because he would say that you people don't have, we already heard about this and we know. So I could not even bring myself to say I'm equal to my father's knowledge in Shia Islam. So अभी तुम लोग बच्चे हो, you know, you are kids. So, but one thing was wrong. No. Reason, I was like all the time, intellect. And yes, so we have to keep our emotions aside. And then Imam Hussain, so when your reasoning has reached Allama Rashid Turabi would take you. So I don't want to. Hello, sorry, this was the fire alarm that went on. And now it's stopped here at least. But it's in the background. I hope it's not a distraction. Hello, yeah, so I've forgotten what I was to say. Even though I'm trying to remember, I paused this. I'll just upload this video and continue later. It's because of the fire alarm test, I think, or something. I hope no accident has taken place. Had to pause this. And now, trying to remember where to carry on from, I'll just do another video separate from this and upload this. Thank you so much.